Well, greetings and salutations, and welcome to You Ought to Know, the podcast where we dive into all things automotive with the goal of being educational, enlightening, engaging, and if none of these, at least entertaining. I'm Mike Urban, your host and owner of Urban Automotive in Oakville, Ontario. Whether you're a fellow shop owner, a client, or someone just curious about the world of cars, thanks for joining us on the ride today. So today is my first possibly R-rated possibly R-rated
It's not going to be PG.
podcast.
It's not going to be PG, that's for sure.
Because my guest is Mr. Joe Borg, better known as, in these areas, in these parts, as they say, as the Towfather.
That's it.
Forget about it.
Forget about it.
Joe, the Towfather.
I know a guy's cheaper. Forget about it.
So Joe and I have known each other for, I think the kids say today, a hot minute.
Yeah, it's been a long time,
It's
right?
been a minute.
At least 10 years, no?
I think closer to 15, brother.
Maybe, yeah. Holy shit, time flies.
15.
It's been a long time.
Joe's a legitimate guy, hardworking guy, family guy.
Yep.
And I think very highly of him in a field where it's not often looked upon in a positive light.
No, I know, exactly.
Like, unfortunately...
and you know what? The reputation that the towing industry has, like the negative part of it, I think it's kind of well earned because there's a lot of scumbags behind the wheel of a tow truck. There really is, right? Mm. And that's one of the things I thrive on, is to try and show people that there's actually like legit nice guys out here, honest guys that, like I always say, the people before the pocket, right?
Right.
Like, I'm not going to work for peanuts. I'm going to charge you pretty accurate dollars, but I'm also going to educate the customers too. I always tell them, like, when they call me, I'll be like, this is what I'm going to charge you. This is my rate. And this is what you should expect when you call around, you know, anywhere from this much to this much for hookup and this much for kilometers. I go, just so you know, call around.
Yeah.
And that's it. And if you want to deal with me, call me back.
And that's how really our relationship started, because the only people more crooked than tow truck drivers are mechanics.
Yeah.
Like, we're painted with the broad brush, and that's a large reason why I'm doing this podcast. Is
but there's also the same thing with the mechanics. A lot of shady ones, right? It's
for sure, for sure, and that's the problem. Like, there's such a persona around our general industry.
Yeah.
And tow truck drivers, are the ones that generally are perceived as the ones that take advantage of you when you're hurting the most. You're broke down in the middle of nowhere. What choice do you have? You're the only guy that shows up. Like, I mean, it's, but you're larger than life.
Yeah.
In these parts.
Yeah.
Like, everybody knows the Towfather.
Well, it's the name's growing, that's for sure. And then now my truck being the chrome hot pink, and I'm all over the place. Like, I don't just work in one area. I'm all over the place picking up cars for the charity, right? From Kitchener, Waterloo, Newmarket, Orangeville, Stouffville, everywhere. I'm all over the place, right? Like Peterborough. I'll go wherever they send me. Mono. I've been to Orimadante, which is like really like up that everywhere.
Crazy.
Wherever the cars are that they want, I go for them. I always tell them, I'll go wherever you want, right?
And when you say the charity, like, what charity is it that you're dealing with?
The charity that I deal with is Cars for Kids.
Okay.
So for me, it's like, I'm working at heavily discounted rates, but I love kids, right? Like, kids are my favorite, right? Kids, and then elderlies, like elderly people, like
older than you and I? Older than
you and I, exactly,
okay,
right?
Like,
so that's my two favorite people that I always want to, like, I'll do anything for. I bend over backwards for these people. And people know, they see my videos. I'm with the seniors. I always make the seniors feel very comfortable. And kids, I just love kids, man. So for me,
and I can see that, because you're a very animated guy. You're an extrovert.
Yeah.
Like, I had no problem reaching out to you. I mean, Amy's the one that told me, you should get Joe on.
Yeah. Well, Amy's a smart lady, right? That's
she
why
sure is.
Yeah, Amy.
She sure is.
Good call, Amy.
Yeah. We're driving by on Barrel Road, and she says, the Towfather, you got to call the Towfather. I'm like, he's on my list. Or you got to get him in. He'd be great.
Yeah.
Yeah,
just gotta try and keep the F-bombs down a little bit.
Well, just pretend there's kids here, man, or your mom.
Yeah, well, that's the problem.
Even
my daughter is like as PG as it gets, and even she's kind of swearing a little bit here and there now because of my mouth. Well, but like, it's just
what'd you call it? Trucker's tongue.
Trucker's tongue. I think anybody that drives for a living, or just drives for a living, let's say, especially a truck, they swear a lot. It's just You can't help because there's too many morons on the road. You're always getting cut off.
Let's get into this a little bit because, like I was starting to lead in to say, you know what? I look at your field as something that I could not do on a daily basis. Yeah. And although you guys generally are painted with the broad brush, people don't realize the dangers involved with your profession.
It's very dangerous, man.
Like crazy. And the fact that you've got to go out all hours of the day, all hours of the night, all weather,
yeah,
to deal with people that are probably either very upset, distraught because they've been in an accident, or they're upset because they're broken down and they're scared and they're in the middle of nowhere.
And then you got to worry about getting ripped off while you're already worrying about what your car's going to cost to fix.
And that's just it, right? So that's what we're talking about here. Like it can be a very noble profession, and it takes a special, unique person to do what you do.
Yeah.
Like honestly, to do it right.
To do it right. I think
because
now
you've got to make people comfortable. You've got to be able to talk to people and calm them down, at the same time reassure them.
Yeah.
And at the same time make money.
And I see the way a lot of, let's say, dispatchers will speak to customers, very cold and kind of arrogant. And it's like right off the bat, you as a customer probably already feel kind of intimidated and like, oh God, this is not going to go well. You know, like the attitude I'll see them getting from dispatchers. There's good dispatchers out there. I know the one that runs with the company that I'm with right now. She's a sweetheart. She's so nice and polite, very soft spoken and everything. But I also seen when I was doing the motor club, I had to do a lot of dispatchers, and it's just rude. I'd be like rolling my eyes when I call them, like, wow, this is so unprofessional. Okay. You know, and just continue on with the conversation, but they just sound very arrogant, you know, and that's got to be a bad start for the customer. I think when you're calling in, you're already kind of like, oof, and then you got to deal with this ignorant person. And then when the tow truck driver comes, how's he going to be? Is he going to be okay? Is he going to be happy? Is he going to be pissed off because he's not making a lot of money, let's say, you know, because tow truck drivers, like if you don't own your truck, let's say, you're getting like maybe 35%. So if it's $100 tow, you're going to get $35, and, you know, and then you're not going to be too happy or excited for the calls, right?
And that's why we'd rather tow the vehicle than...
And imagine 35% of a service call that's like maybe paying $45, $55, $65 for a motor club, and you're going to get what are you making, $5, $6, $7 or say? Oh my God! Like
so that makes a lot of sense, Joe. Because I was going to say we see more and more vehicles being towed in with flat tires.
Yeah.
And we're like, why wouldn't the tow truck guy just change this tire?
Yeah.
Instead of towing you to us.
Yeah.
To change the tire.
Yeah.
But they get paid more for the tow.
They'd rather tow, yeah, because there's no money in the tire change, right?
Totally makes sense.
Yeah, yeah. So like I wouldn't touch a tire change. Probably less than $100. Right, that's what I would want. But I think if you do it to a motor club, maybe it's 45, 55. Again, I might be outdated with my rates because I don't do motor clubs. I haven't touched them like forever. I've never really done motor clubs. And when I did, it would only be like a backup call for a company that I might have been brokering with at the time. You know, if they're very busy, Joe, can you do this call? It's a CAA or whatever it is, right?
Right.
And then I would do it, but I know when I would do it, I'd be like, oh my God, this is horrible. Like, oof.
So I encourage my customers to make sure that they get some kind of motor club. CAA.
I even got a motor club myself. Yeah. I got CAA.
So I mean, it is very handy to have, and it's cheaper
because
to.
You can't rely on your friends.
Well, yeah, exactly.
I even tell my own friends, I'm like, don't think because you know me that you're just gonna call me at 2 a.m. I'm gonna jump out of my bed to come get you, or even like when I'm home. I'm not gonna just get back out and come back out to save you so you can save a couple bucks.
Right.
Get some kind of coverage, man. You know, I always stress that to my friends, and sometimes I think they think that because, like I said, like they know me and I'm a tow truck driver, that I'm going to come save them, but I'm not. I'll call someone for you, but you're going to pay.
Yeah.
You're going to pay, you know.
We've got through TechNet our roadside assistance for a year. So anybody that spends $25 or more.
Didn't we help you with that when I had to?
You sure did.
At the beginning.
You actually set it up for Canada.
Yeah.
For Canada, your company. Through TechNet.
Yeah.
And I think it was Rapito. That was
me and my brother-in-law. Wahid.
Yeah. So, I mean, you guys did great, and TechNet was thrilled because they didn't have proper coverage. I mean, it was an American-based situation.
Yeah.
And, you know, you would call and they'd be trying to source and tow cars to the U.S.
Yeah.
because they didn't have any contacts in Canada.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that was like, I guess probably 7, 8 years ago.
Yeah, well, Rapid Toy, I think it was like 2016 or so, 17, something like that when we did it. And I was there for a couple of years, right? And then, and then when we sold to our American partners that we had at the time, that's when I got out. It was literally just before COVID. I remember I got the brand new truck, and like in December of, was it 2019, I think it would have been? Yeah, 2019.
Just before COVID.
December, I got the brand new Hino. I remember I flew out to Winnipeg with my dad, scored a nice truck, the one I have now, that's wrapped. And and drove it back and everything. And I started, and then like a month later or 2 months later, this COVID thing starts, and I was like, holy shit, man! I'm like, what the hell? I'm gonna end up like what, losing this truck? I just bought it because but it actually didn't.
Stressful
it
times.
didn't affect me at all. Thank God.
No.
People were still like
Driving and still breaking down.
Yeah, I still had my charity stuff going, so I was okay. Thank God. And if anything, it was a blessing because there was no traffic on the roads. I was flying everywhere, like no problem. Where now it's like, oh my God. Every time I got to hop on the 401, I'm just gagging, right? So
that was part 2 of the first part of the first question that I had for you. So it takes a special person to be able to deal with people. It takes a special person to drive a tow truck.
Yeah.
What's it like driving in the GTA? Now you're a GTA boy. You grew up in Toronto?
Yeah, born and raised.
And what area?
Well, I was born in the Junction, St. Joe's Hospital. I was born, and I left the Junction, like Dundas and Keele, that area. That's Malta Village, right? I'm Maltese. So anyways, left there and then moved to Flemington Park, a.k.a. Flemo, when I was about 4 or 5 years old. Okay. And but then even when we moved, so I grew up there, but then when I started hanging out with my dad in the tow truck, I'd say around 15 years old, 14, 15 years old, I started going with my dad. My dad always had a car lot, right? And then he had the tow truck, which he would use to buy scrap cars, which would eventually end up on his car lot because a lot of them were sellable cars, right? And mechanically inclined, we had mechanic friends and buy the cars, and needs this and needs that. We fix it and put on the car lot, right?
Hard worker.
Yeah. So I was dealing. So anyways, I might be backtracking or whatever, but so yeah, when I was around 15-ish, at that point, at grade 9, I just wanted to drop out. I hated school. It wasn't for me. I never liked school, but then grade 9 was when I was like, really, I've had enough of this shit. So, and my dad told me, he goes, well, if you're going to drop out, then you're going to come work with me. I go, yeah, perfect. This is perfect.
Exciting, yeah.
So my parents had to actually go to a meeting because I was too young to drop out on my own.
Right.
So they had to come to the meeting. But then by the time anything would even be settled, I would be 16, I think, and then at 16, I think I was able to actually drop out. So anyways, long story short, I was done. I was like, whatever. I was done with the school. I'm already 15 years old, driving around the tow truck with my dad. Truck was standard. It was like an old 1975 Ford F-350 with the record body, 440 Homes, the rubber sling. Remember those?
Yeah.
So truck
the
was
Widowmaker? The Widowmaker?
I don't know, but it's standard. Standard, remember, like the long shifter comes freaking like a hockey stick, right? So I learned how to drive standard very young too. Which today I don't think most kids can't even drive standard, right?
No.
So I drive the truck around the scrapyard.
Anti-theft is standard.
Yeah.
Built-in anti-theft.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. And that's what they say, anti-theft now with the standard shifter. So then so 15, let's say I was already with my dad with the tow truck, and then going with him to buy these cars and stuff. And there was a point where I would be home and I would be answering the phones, and he would give me, I think it was $5 for any car that he got. Yeah, it was $5. So I remember I would get, like, let's say I'd get a paycheck for not a paycheck, he'd pay me cash, but if I made like $25, $30 at the end of the week, I was ecstatic.
Sure.
Boy, that's a lot of money back then. I was good with that, right? 15 years old back then, $30 was a lot of money. It's crazy. $30.
What does $30 get you today?
A couple Happy Meals now.
Yeah, exactly.
So, anyways, that's how it all started. It was with my dad. So now I'm dealing with adults from a very young age selling stuff, right? So I got my skills how to deal with adults very quick. And I remember had the Motorola brick phone. Remember those big boys?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So we had one that actually worked, and then we had another one that we got out of a scrap car. So I shouldn't say this, but I'll say it because it's kind of funny. I would have the fake one that didn't work. So I would go with, say, my brother or my sister, because they had driver's license, I didn't, and they would drive the tow truck. And I would be the one doing all the wheeling and dealing, hooking up the cars and stuff because they didn't know how to do all that, but I did, right? So basically, I was in the passenger seat, but I was the real tow truck driver. And then I would pick up the phone, you know, the one that didn't work, and I call my dad. Hold on, I say, yeah, Dad. Oh, yeah, it's this, it's that, it's got this and that. My dad says he can only give you $50. I'm so no, he's just no more than $50. You know, like that. Whatever. Then we'd get the cars.
Yeah.
We'd get the cars. We'd haul it in. Boom. And then next thing you know, it's like we're just seeing what it needs because we had the mechanic. We were at that point. I remember we were at the Pioneer gas station. We had the mechanic shop right there. Then the guy was Maltese, was friends of ours. So right away we got the car inside. We see what it needs. Blah blah blah. It's a good car. Car lot. Right away. Boom. Chalk it. You know.
Yeah.
$8.99. Whatever. $1,500. Whatever it was back then. Yeah. And that's kind of how it started. So I started off with the scrap cars, which was good because it allowed me to teach myself. And my dad taught me obviously the basics too, but it allowed me to teach myself. And if I cause damage on a car, it's like, who cares? It's going to be scrap anyway, right? Yeah. So today I don't know how these guys do it because like there's so much that can go wrong now. The car, it's a lot harder now with these cars now than back then.
This is where I'm getting at, like driving in the GTA.
Yeah.
In a normal small car or a standard car is crazy enough. I can't imagine doing it on a daily basis with your, is it, 5-ton?
My Hino 258, it's like considered medium duty flatbed. But anyway, so like for me, I drive my tow truck easier than I drive my car because I'm higher. I got the bigger mirrors. I can see everything.
Do people get out of your way? Do people respect tow truck drivers? Like we're talking the respect.
I don't think people. Well, I don't. The respect part. I don't know. I don't know about the respect part. All I know is that I don't think people realize like how much time we need to stop, especially when I'm towing 2 cars or even 1 car. Like right? The way they just cut in front of you and they don't even pick up the speed. They just cut in front of you and they just like really just dumb, uneducated drivers.
What'd you call Mississauga and Brampton? The U-turn.
It's the U-turn capital.
U-turn capital of the world.
Ever since I moved to Mississauga, all I see is U-turns. Like I literally a 15-minute drive yesterday, taking my daughter to go see my mom to play bingo. Yeah. Okay, it's a 15-minute drive. It's in Mississauga. At least 3 U-turns, and the third one, the guy did right in front of me when I was pulling out of the plaza. I was telling you. Yeah. Pulling out of the plaza, this guy makes a U-turn right in front of me. So now he's in the middle lane, I'm in the right lane, and he's coming into my lane without even putting a signal on. So I just hit the gas. Like, come, keep coming. I'm in my lane. It's gonna be your fault.
It's gonna hurt.
And he swerves out quickly, like he panics.
It's gonna hurt you more than it's gonna hurt me.
So it's just like, oh man, but it's very frustrating.
There is laws, and correct me if I'm wrong. If it's just Ontario or if it's Canada, that if a tow truck is in the shoulder and the lights are on and you're helping someone, the law is you are supposed to get out of that lane.
Slow down, move over.
Yeah.
But instead, people speed up and come over into your space.
Really?
Yeah. So I'm telling you, like when I'm I see so many tow truck drivers. I got it on camera. I'm gonna post a video.
One was killed a couple of weeks ago.
I don't even know what happened there. I don't know what happened there. But I'm just saying, like tow truck drivers need to understand that, like when you're out there hooking up, there's even highway, city, wherever you are, you gotta be paying attention, like to what's around you. I'm always looking. Like me, I've been doing it so long now. I don't even need to look at what my hands just. It's kind of like it's routine, right? When my straps, I know what I'm doing. I'm always looking. And we'll get into it because I know you're going to ask me eventually. But I almost got smoked one time. A guy drove right up onto my flatbed. Half his car was on the ground, half his car was on my flatbed. But I saw it coming because I was paying attention. At first, I thought it was somebody I knew. Yeah. Because I was in my old neighborhood. Okay. And I had my bed down. I'm hooking up my buddy's old Camaro, classic car Camaro. And
tried to pull the Dukes of Hazzard.
Yeah, this guy, American license plates, he's making a left, and I see him coming towards me. And because I lived there for 10 years, I thought it was someone I knew just playing a joke, right? Yeah. But then the guy kept coming, and he just right up my truck, and I just kind of like ran out of the way, and then his car, I had pictures of it. His car was ready to roll over. He's in the car with his, I don't know if that's his mother, wife, whoever it was, and then a little kid in the back. And when I took the picture, remember, the lady was like this, like, she was like, oh my God, I can't believe what just happened. Yeah. So if I wasn't paying attention, the guy would have smoked me. He would have smoked me, man. And his car was literally about to tip over. So I told him, I go, it was an all-wheel, it was a Ford Edge or something, right? So I go, it's all-wheel drive, put it in reverse, do not turn your wheel or nothing, or your car's going to flip. Put it in reverse and crawl back. He crawled back. He got back down on the ground. And then when the cop comes, the cop was like, I guess, the end of his shift or something. Didn't even give the guy a ticket or nothing. Is everybody okay here?
Everybody
Yeah.
okay, yeah.
Okay, all right.
Lesson
I'm
learned.
like, wow. I told my mom this. My mom was freaking out, man. My mom wanted blood. Like, she was pissed.
Yeah.
She was like, he didn't do nothing. These guys, and I'm like, I know, right? I go, but the reason why I didn't push him to do anything, I go, because I had to go. I was busy. I'm working.
Yeah.
I go, no, I didn't get hurt. It was a close call. It was
Thank
the closest
God.
call I ever had. Yeah, it was the closest call that I ever had. But yeah, it's just like that, Mike. If you're not paying attention, you can get smoked, like, and your life is over before you know it. So, again, like I said the other day, I'm blocking a guy on the highway on the 401 getting onto the 427 south. And we're on the ramp. That's like one of the most dangerous
That is
spots.
dangerous.
Yeah, because cars are still going 90 clicks an hour for sure on that ramp.
Yeah.
And so I'm blocking this guy, but this guy is moving like a turtle, taking his time. I recorded it on video. I was recording it just for fun, right?
Yeah.
About 7 minutes we were there.
Your videos are great, by the way. You're on TikTok and I do follow you.
Facebook,
and,
Instagram, yeah,
and
everything,
I'd love to share your videos, but
I know, too much swearing.
you're just
Too much swearing, I know.
but it's entertaining.
Yeah,
I mean, if you're into that, I mean, it's great.
My
but
social media is my playground. Like,
Yeah.
that's where I get to be, like, just free. You
Yeah,
know?
yeah,
Like,
yeah,
if you don't like it, don't follow me. That's the good thing
Yeah.
about social media. I'm like, think even people with podcasts, like Joe Rogan, whatever.
Yeah, yeah,
they swear
yeah.
a lot too. They
Yeah,
swear.
yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
that's what
yeah.
I'm saying. I think we're grown adults. I look at it like, 8-year-olds ain't watching my social media. It's
Right.
grown adults. Grow some skin, grow a pair, or just don't follow me, or just mute my stories, whatever it is. Like, I'm not gonna. At the beginning, when my daughter was young, I used to, and it was the most disgusting thing. I used to watch my videos, and I'd be like, "Ew, that's not me. Like, what is that?" Like, I wouldn't say "f," I'd say "frickin'," and I'm like, "That's not me, though. It's not.
Yeah.
It's just it sounded so fake." So I finally, when she got a little bit older, I was worried because she was in gymnastics, and then we have the parents from the gymnastics now. We're all following.
yeah,
I'm like, I got to be careful,
Sure.
But eventually, I just said, "Fuck it."
Yeah.
Fuck it. Yeah. I mean, telling me not to swear would be like telling a liberal not to say So yeah, I let it go, man. I just let myself be myself. I swear, but it's not like when I'm in public. I don't walk up to my customers and say, "Where's the fucking keys to your car?" It's not like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
very
yeah.
polite.
You are.
I know when to play around and to let my mouth go off. Like road rages, yeah, I'm gonna go off on you for sure, 100%. I'm in my truck. I'm alone, right?
So when's the moment you realized that towing wasn't just a job, but was your identity?
Well,
Because you're a pretty flamboyant guy.
Yeah,
So,
so-
I'm going to post some pictures of your truck so that people
Yeah.
see this is
I think
a
after
chrome
Rapido,
pink,
Chrome hot pink, yeah.
hot pink
Yeah.
truck. You can't miss you.
No, not now.
Yeah, no one's
Not
missing
now.
you.
Before, when it was white, I mean, the name would catch people.
Sure.
They'd see the name, and that sometimes they would pull out the phone the odd time. But now, like, everyone's pulling out the phones, no matter where I go. Oh my God, like, it's like the truck is a celebrity now.
Yeah.
Like, most people love it. Some people will be like, "Why that color?" Or whatever. I'm like, it's okay. It's not for everybody. I don't care. I don't think about what people want. I think about what I want, right?
Yeah, for sure.
And I wanted to stick with the whole pink thing because my straps are pink, the Tone for Cure, the breast cancer, the this, that, right? And then the truck, I wanted to go pink. And when I called the place that was wrapping my truck, I'm like, I want to go pink, and then so they would send me some samples. I'd be like, no, it's just boring. It's just normal pinks, whatever. And then she sends
Like
me
Mary Kay pink.
yeah, just like this normal pink. Yeah, just like
Nice
just
soft pink.
what everybody else has.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm like, no, it's not gonna do it for me.
Nobody has your truck.
No,
There's
no one at
nobody-
all. No one at all.
I don't think anyone in the free
I
world.
love my truck now. I love it. Like, I don't care, and I'm glad. You know what? I'm glad if people don't want to go with that color. Good, and it wasn't cheap anyway, right?
Yeah,
like
yeah.
to wrap my truck, it was expensive. It was like $8,000 plus tax, $9,000. Who's gonna spend it on a wrap?
Yeah.
Not too many people, right?
too many people.
So, but I did, and for me, it was worth every penny because I'm different now. I stand out. And then the name on it, the Towfather, everything is just like the truck's a celebrity now. I'm telling you, like, I love my truck, and eventually I want to buy a brand new one again because it's a 2019 now, right?
Yeah.
Got 327,000 now.
Oh,
or
I
something.
just broken in.
Yeah, it's a Toyota engine, so it's a reliable truck. But yeah, I would like to have a brand new truck eventually, but not right now. I think I got lots of life left. Probably a good year or two more before I could really take it serious about buying another one. And then when I do go to sell my truck, I'm peeling the pink off. I'm not giving it to anybody else.
Yeah.
I'm taking it off. Yeah, I'll take it off.
So 30 years in the industry.
Well, almost 35 now.
35 years.
Yeah, because I was 15 when I got into it.
Yeah.
I'll be 50 next August. So,
Wow.
yeah, so let's call it 34 years, something like that.
So you've seen some pretty funny things. Funny. What's the funniest call you've ever had to respond to? So not just a breakdown, like.
Well, the funny, it'll be like more like cars I go to pick up. And it's usually now for the charity, let's say. And like this one car, I look at it, I get there, and I'm like, it's funny how no one mentioned that this car looks like a fucking tree house, you know? Like, the car had a tree growing. I'm not going to deal with this, man, because like I'm not going to send an invoice to the charity for recovering this car out of a tree. So I left it there. If it was a normal call, then yeah, you could bill them, right, for it, but not when you're dealing with a charity. I don't want to do that to them because then the tow bill is going to be more than the car's worth, and then I'm going to feel like an ass, right? So you leave it behind. I take pictures, I send it to them. If I find a picture of it, I'll send it to you. I'm pretty sure I have it in my phone. I'll send it to you in case you want to include it.
That would be great.
Yeah, so you see what I mean? Yeah, this car, like it was just literally a tree right around it. I'm like, nah, I'm not wasting my time with this, right?
So what's a common misconception that people have about tow truck drivers? I know one. Can I share mine?
Yours is probably mine.
Okay, well,
let me say
see.
it first, and you tell me if you. So
Okay.
I'm copying off you.
Yeah.
But I think the misconception is that all tow truck drivers are crooks and criminals and all that stuff.
Mine isn't.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
That's good.
No.
Okay.
Because I know you, so I know not all.
Okay. No. And also that they when they bend down to hook up the car, half of their ass crack is showing with like whiskers sticking out and all that stuff. But the part about I think the tow truck drivers have a really bad reputation. Like I said, it's well deserved, but there's a lot of good ones out there, right? A lot of good ones
For sure.
A lot of the bad ones are going to be the chasers. I was a chaser before too. You know, we get creative billing and making these $900, $1,500 toll bills and stuff like that. And that's where a lot of these new rules come into place now with like, capping rates. And
that's why they've got limited towing on the 400 series.
the 400 series highways now is the tow zones.
This number, right.
I'm not a fan of the tow zone. I don't know why they just don't cap the rates. And if anyone messes up, pull their license away from them. I don't know why you got to give it a tow zone because it's a lot to ask for one company. You know what I mean? Like even me now, like I'll call my friends that are say doing the tow zone. I got a call. Oh no, we only got 2 trucks out right now, and we got to cover the zone. I'm like, oh my god, this is so fucking annoying. Like. So and then plus you're making one company rich while making the majority of the other guys all starve.
Right.
So I know, but I get it. They want to get rid of the chasing. Okay, so get rid of chasing, but I don't know. Maybe
chasing was dangerous.
Chasing is dangerous, but they're still chasing.
Dangerous.
They're still chasing out
Are
there.
they really?
Mississauga, there's chasing. There's chasing in a lot of the cities. Like in town, you still chase. People still have ways of hearing wrecks and scanners and stuff like that. There's always ways around it, right? There's always ways around it. So chasing still exists. The tow zone, I get it on the highway. So okay, so you kind of eliminated chasing in sections. Again, you get into the outskirts, they're still chasing, right?
Right.
But yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's like when anyone can get to that call, you're gonna get service faster too, right? Like
sure.
Clean up the roads faster. Like one thing that really pisses me off is when I'm on the highway and these cops are doing fucking full-blown police reports on the highway. Why? Hook up the cars, get off the highway, go into a parking lot, open up the highway right away, right away. But instead, they're there. I'll be going to get a car somewhere, and I'm coming back with the car. They're still there, and I'm like, I see the traffic's just mangled. Yeah. Like, what are you doing? Who makes these calls for these police to stay on the highways and do these reports? If it's not a fatality, there's no reason why they should be there.
So I was driving home. Let me finish first. So my most common misconception that people have is that every tow truck driver is a licensed mechanic.
Oh, okay.
Because they'll say, well, the tow truck driver says that it's going to be my fuel pump, or the tow truck driver says it's the battery, or the tow truck, and it's like, oh, okay, well, chances are that tow truck driver is not licensed mechanic. And might have an idea, but doesn't know everything. But generally, people that have auto service, especially CAA, and that I'm going to label CAA as the one because that's when people break down and they have CAA for a reason. And then they talk to the tow truck driver, and then the tow truck driver will say something.
Yeah.
And whatever it is, it's like, well, it looks like they were wrong because
Yeah.
it's not.
Yeah.
It turned out
Especially
to be
with the cars today, like there's so much things that could be wrong.
Well, totally, right?
Yeah, all the sensors and modules and everything else.
So driving home last night, there was an accident, a fender bender, no fatalities. They were in the fast lane on the QEW heading towards Niagara. 4-car involved. And they were all out of their vehicles. They left their vehicles in the fast lane. No police, no sort of just like happened within, 5-10 minutes.
Yeah.
What should people do? What is the proper procedure? Because from what I understand, the police say if there's no fatalities, if the cars are movable, get them off the highway.
If you can steer it, clear it, is what they say. Yeah.
So steer it, clear it. I love that.
Yeah, if you can steer it, clear it. There's signs on the highway, but not everywhere.
I meant to say, because I've seen it on the Skyway.
Yeah.
Where if get it off get it off the road.
Yeah.
And you had mentioned being on an off ramp or an on ramp.
Yeah.
So if I have a flat tire, I should be getting my vehicle somewhere off the highway, off the off ramp.
Well, at least get onto the paved shoulder.
Okay.
And stay in your car. Because one, unless you're going to change your tire, why are you even getting out? Other than just to say, oh, I have a flat tire. Let me get back in my car.
Right.
Let me call whoever you're going to call. If it's roadside or call the police. I got a flat tire. Can you send me a truck? The police will put it over the scanner. First available, blah, 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 blah. Right?
Okay.
And that's it. And
is that a thing? Do people do that?
what?
They call the police for a flat tire?
If you don't know, like think of it, if you break down, what are you going to do, right? People might call the police. I'm broken down.
I call Joe Borg.
Yeah, I know.
I call the Towfather.
Yeah, exactly. But this is the thing too,
Towfather.com.
I never recommend changing a tire on a highway. Hook up the car, get off the highway, and then go somewhere. So yeah, it's going to cost the customer more, but at the end of the day, I mean, why should anybody risk their life changing a tire on the highway?
Right.
It's very dangerous. I would never. Oh my God, I would never do it.
But I wouldn't
Couldn't
even
pay
think
me
of.
enough. I don't even want to hook up
people,
cars.
People are calling 911 to.
Well,
to,
not
to say-
911, but the thing is, I guess if people don't know anything other than 911, because exactly. Like, how do you know what the phone number is for
what
the
the
police?
local police is?
Yeah, and you have to
don't.
go on Google and stuff, right? And a lot of people ain't even going to do that, especially if they're like foreigners. Maybe they don't understand how the whole system works here and everything, right? But I would always say, do not. And another thing too, like people open the hood and they're standing there looking underneath the hood. That's not going to fix your car. You don't know what you're doing. And even if you did know what you're doing, you're going to fix it on the highway. Just stay in your car.
Back from driver training days, I mean, I remember being in class and learning how to drive.
Yeah.
And they say where you look is where you go. So your story back where the guy was basically halfway on your truck and halfway off,
Yeah.
hit the ramp. It's because he was looking at you.
No, he was actually. I think he was looking. I think what the excuse was that he dropped his phone or something. Was looking down
looking
and then
down.
looking up, and then when he looked up, it was kind of like too late.
Too late.
Anyways,
That happens too.
yeah. Thank God, the whole thing was very slow because it was a stop sign. Then he was making the left turn. I don't even know if he fully stopped or not. Like I said, I was getting ready to hook up the car, and then I would have blamed myself at the same time too because I shouldn't have been on the driver's side. My flatbed has controls on both sides. I should have been on the passenger side, but it's dead. It's a dead end streets all there. Like
it's not like it's a
I
throughway.
felt safe. Yeah, I felt safe, and I lived there for so long. Like I know the streets there. Like I know the neighborhood. I mean, the house was like literally right in front of me. So, yeah, that was a close call. I got lucky, but. Like I said, I see these guys hooking up cars and they're just walking around, dragging their feet on the highway. Like, what are you doing? And they're not even looking. They're not even looking. Like me, when I'm on the highways, I don't take my eye off of the oncoming stuff because I'm always trying to get myself ready to do some James Bond shit. Like if I got to, yeah, like you got to be ready because it happens so fast, right? Like, and another thing too, like guys do, like when they're hooking up, let's say with the wheel lift, so now they got to bend down, right?
Yeah.
I got the flatbed, so, but even with my flatbed, I still got to bend down, let's say, to get the hook underneath your car, right?
Right.
I like, this is the thing. I'll take a peek. Okay, I know I'm putting it. Now I'm looking at the traffic and I'm doing my hand blindly and I'm hooking it up. But again, most of these tow truck drivers, they're not experienced. They don't know what the hell they're doing, right? So they're just there, they're bending down and doing. I'm like,
Is there a
my
school?
God.
Is there a school for tow truck driving?
Well, RecMaster has courses, but I don't think I don't know. I've only done one RecMaster course, and unfortunately, at the time when I did it, I was with a company, and they were focusing more on like stuff that had nothing to do with flatbed operating and all that stuff. So I wasn't even really interested, but I had to do it. We had to do it. It was part of something that we were doing at the time. Even first aid course, we had to do that too. Like I'll tell you right now, if someone ever needs CPR, they're dead. If I got to do it, you're dead. If
Honesty,
you need CPR,
honesty.
you're dead. Don't expect me to give you CPR.
Okay, well.
So yeah, I know, but I always say like, okay, they want us to know CPR. Okay, but do ambulance drivers know how to roll cars over and how to do what we do? Like I get it, because we're like first responders. Let's say like we should know some basics.
I meant to say, like, you are probably, I mean, again, 34 years in the industry, you've seen a lot. You've done a lot. So when you're reporting to accidents as a chaser, you're probably going to be the first on the scene.
Yeah.
So can you tell us a story of one time where you saw a wreck and you're like, how did this even happen? Like how?
Well, you see a lot of stuff, and it's not like how, because you kind of know how it happened, but it's more like how dumb are you, you know? How bad of a driver are you to do this, you know? You're seeing cars freaking driving over, like I remember one time I saw it, and again, I made a video on it years ago. I was like, and I recorded it. I was like, look, guys, imagine you're putting groceries in your car and this freaking banana over here jumps the curb and comes flying into your car because he flew over the concrete curb that's in the parking spots. You got parking spots here, then you got like, let's call it like a mini sidewalk, let's say, where people love to leave shopping carts, right? You got one of those, and then you got more parking spots. The car jumped right over it. So I'm like, okay, obviously thought he was in reverse, but he was in drive and hit the guy and then went flying. But imagine you can kill somebody, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So
accidents happen.
It infuriates me, man. Like when I see stuff like this, I'm like, freaking morons. Like there's such bad drivers out here. And it's like, I always say, like when you're driving, you need to just be convinced that everyone around you doesn't know what the fuck they're doing. Doesn't know what they're doing. You got to pay attention, because if you treat it that way, you're going to be very aware. Tailgating, big no-no. You shouldn't do that. You should always give space, especially when I see tractor trailers tailgating. Well, I'm like, look at these guys. What are they doing?
Yeah.
Riding up another truck's ass. You can't even see in front of you.
Yeah.
You know? Dangerous.
They hit the brakes. And
yeah. But anyway, cars, trucks, anybody, you shouldn't be tailgating. I always give myself so much space in between cars, especially when I'm in my tow truck.
Yeah.
And the only shitty thing about that is that cars keep coming in front of you.
Right.
Trucks cut in front of you. And I hate being behind a truck.
Because there's a space.
Yeah.
I can fit in there.
But there's a space for a reason, because I'm trying to give myself time to stop.
Yeah, for sure.
Right? But these guys look at it like, oh, I'm gonna squeeze in between this guy, right? And then I gotta keep falling more back, whatever. You know, eventually I get to where I gotta go. I always give myself space because I know I need time to stop. I'm not an aggressive driver. I never have been. Never have been. Even when I was young, I've never been. I've got like my driver's license is spotless, clean. I got no speed, like no speeding, none of this stuff. I've gotten what was it? One I got like 51 in a 40, but that was with the camera, which we're not gonna get those no more.
No.
But you see, that's what I mean. Like,
thanks, Doug.
That's a crappy ticket to get. 51 in a 40. A cop would never give you that.
Yeah.
Never. But the cameras, they don't forgive, right?
No.
Cha-ching, cha-ching, right? As soon as you're over, you're getting that ticket.
That's a whole other podcast. Going back to the chivalry of what people don't realize what tow truck operators do, because they are arriving on the scene of an accident and probably see a lot of things that people wouldn't be able to handle.
Yeah.
So how do you as a tow truck driver, and you don't need to get into graphics of it, like how do you deal with that? Dude, well, like you're talking about families and fatalities and kids.
Yeah, we'll calm the situation down, obviously. And again, you know, chasers, whether they're nice people or not, they're going to be very nice at the scene of an accident because they want the business, right? And obviously they want the business, so they're going to be nice to you. Like, that's, oh, you okay? See, me now that I'm not a chaser, right? Total different mentality now. When I was a chaser, you know, I got excited for accidents, right? Bad weather, I got excited. Yeah, I set my alarm clock to wake up for the storm. Now, the bad weather, my truck is staying parked. I'm not going nowhere. I drive by accidents. I'm fucking yelling at people like, you freaking moron, what the, whatever. I get pissed off because like they cause so much traffic. And when you see these accidents, you're like, clearly you weren't paying attention. You're probably on your phone doing something, because how you rear-ending somebody on a bright sunny day, it's dry outside, but your car's smoked. You hit them hard because you weren't paying attention.
Right.
So I get frustrated because they cause so much
distracted driving.
Big time. They cause so much traffic, and then by the time the cops get there, and they're blocking lanes, the fire trucks and ambulance, I'm like, it's not a big deal. It's a little accident, and we've got all this commotion going on now. And like I said, hook it and get off the goddamn highway. If the cars are drivable, get onto just get off the highway. You're causing a distraction. You cause so much traffic for forever, and then it doesn't recover. It doesn't recover. Especially the 401, it doesn't recover. It's already a nightmare as it is. And then you got these accidents always happening, like left, right, and center,
Fender
eastbound,
benders.
westbound. Yeah,
Fender benders. But
yeah.
what's the most serious accident that you've ever personally had to deal with?
Well, fatalities, when you get there, it's a fatality, you might as well just leave because you're not going to get it. It's going to go contract tolls. So you're just wasting your time if you stick around, right? Okay. So yeah, I've been all kinds of accidents where cars were totally destroyed, bad injuries, this and that. Like I remember one time when I was chasing and it was downhill and the lady smoked a pole. It's Western Road, northbound Western Road, just before Black Creek is a sharp bend, a lot of poles. Yeah. She hit a pole, her fucking head was gouged open. I remember when I walked up to her, I saw her, I think I was almost fainted. Because I can't handle that kind of stuff. I can't handle like flesh wounds and stuff. I can't handle that. I'll pass out. So
Mr. Tattoo can't.
Yeah, no. Oh my God, I gotta tell you. Oh my God, I should tell you the story on the podcast, maybe just for fun. This was just recently before I went to one of those protests. Anyway, and I was all fired. So I get there. This is a true story. I was with my girlfriend. We're at Tim Hortons, and she sends me a picture of her daughter. Her ankle bleeding from the inside out. So she showed me the picture. I'm like, oh, what happened? And she starts telling me, well, a long time ago, she had a screw put in the thing, and then we left it too long, and the bone started growing over it, so we had to leave it in, and then like so now the screw's still in there, the bone grew or whatever, and I just started envisioning everything. Yeah. And I was like, okay, stop. I go, oh my God, stop, I'm getting black. My vision. I fucking fainted in the Tim Hortons drive-thru, but I wasn't driving.
Just from hearing
I
the story?
swear on my life, my girlfriend will tell you this. It's a true story. And the funny thing, this is the funny part about it. So at this point, we already ordered the drinks. And then when I woke up after fainting in the car, I was sweating. I was soaking wet now. I broke a big sweat. And my bank card was still in my hands. I go, you see how cheap I am? I go, look, I fainted and I still got my bank card in my hand. Yeah, she goes, my vision just started going black. It's crazy. Like my vision just started going blacker. Next thing you know, I wake up and we already have our Tim Hortons drinks. I was like, oh man, I wanted to pay, after I woke up after fainting. It's crazy. Yeah. And she's like, yeah, you blacked out. She goes, you did a little shake and it was crazy. She goes, your eyes were open, but your eyes were black.
Just
black.
Just
yeah.
envisioning this. So
I can't handle this shit. I can't handle it.
There's some hardcore years of
oh man,
years of abuse there.
Yeah, I've gotten worse though. I guess in my old age, I've gotten worse because I don't think I was ever that bad. No, because if I was, I would have fainted when I saw that lady's head split open, right? Now it's just like I've just become a big wuss when it comes to like blood and. I can't, like on TV, let's say they're showing some kind of an operation or surgery. Yeah. If I see it for a second, I'll be like, oh, change it. Yeah, I can't see that
I
stuff.
had no idea, Joe.
I can't. Like just talking to you about it right now, I'm getting a little bit. Ooh.
I'm thinking you're a tough, broody guy.
No. I'm a sweetheart, though. I got a big mouth. Yeah. But I don't like to get in physical altercations and stuff because, first of all, I'm the type of guy, like, we're going into a fight. If I hurt you, I'd be like, oh, I'm so sorry, man. You okay? I'm not. I don't like to fight. I just like to. I'll argue. I'll put you in your place. But getting physical. No, I don't like to get physical. I'm not like that. My mom raised me like that. She always she never hit us. My dad. That was my dad's job. But my mom no. So I'm a lot like my mom.
That's most Maltese, isn't it?
What?
No,
I think it's just most old school, at least Europeans. Like with the belt and we call it shaba, spanking. Yeah. And I'm glad my dad gave us beatings because that generation's gone now. Now you do stuff like that, it's like you're in trouble.
So when you're towing, I know you deal with the cars for kids, and they got you going all over southwestern Ontario now. Yeah. So we talked briefly about picking up some surprise cars and stuff, but quite often I see you on your TikTok, for example. You got to fit this big truck down. Different situations,
some tight spots,
to get how do you have the courage or the?
Well, I won't. If there's been cars I've reached, especially now with my wrap on the truck. Like if I go there and you got low hanging branches and stuff from trees, I'm not doing it. I've left them behind because I'm not gonna rip apart my wrap. Because your car's in a friggin' jungle. You gotta So I'm like, yeah, I leave those there. But like, I'll go into situations where I feel I can get away with it without damaging my truck, of course, right? It's not my truck. I'm not damaging my truck for no scrap cars. So there's other ways of getting them out. Either get a smaller truck, you know, or sometimes I got to get creative with the winching process, you know, stuff like that. But
are you pulling cars out of fields? Like, are you like out of barns too?
Yeah. Like I've had to winch cars out so long that my let's say my 75-foot cable, or is it 75 feet or 90 feet, whatever, wouldn't be long enough. But then I have chains, right?
Chains, yeah.
I have like 4 J hooks. I got chains, so I just connect. You get it out, right? So I've had some of that stuff too, because also like, you know, if the ground is soft, you don't want to drive into it. You're going to get stuck, right? So you got to winch them up. Sometimes you got to keep your truck farther than you would like because the ground is soft.
Is it like a chess game? Like you come upon the situation and you look at it and then you gauge it and you say, okay, these are the different angles that I can.
Yeah, you got it. Like me, just like I said, just doing it so long now that I know right away what has to be done and if it's doable or not with my truck, right? And also the liability that's coming into play here about houses. Sometimes, like, you know, the garage is behind the house. The driveway's too skinny. Like these old, go to East York, they got the driveways are so skinny you can barely get a car in between them, right?
I remember the one you did your TikTok.
I have videos on that. I have the
how do I do this, boys?
I have the
How do I do this, boys?
Well, yeah. So I know it has to be done, and I've made some videos on those, right? And I'm glad I did because I have them for memories now for life, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, you just gotta kind of know what you're doing, and you gotta hope that everything works in your favor. Because sometimes, you know, these wheels are seized, and you can't unseize them when they're in the garage because it's so damn tight you could barely even open the door.
Right.
So how are you supposed to unseize the wheel? You gotta smack it with the. I use my L bars, right? But let's say you have a hammer, 10-pound hammer, whatever. You gotta smack the rims, right?
These old ones, like the one you posted recently was like 89 or 87 Honda Accord, and I'm
that one I did the video on that one.
I'm like crying, going, you're not scrapping that. Like that thing looks mint. Like so, this must have been I'm assuming like an elderly person, and the family's taking over the house,
something like that. I can't remember exactly who owned it, but it probably was older people. That was in North York, Toronto. Yeah. Very, very nice car. So
it was beautiful.
I know.
It was starting to
bubble. It was starting to bubble, but like totally not a scrap car.
Yeah.
But sometimes a charity just they look at their records and they know, you know what? Yeah, it might look nice, but it's not worth taking to the auction because they got to give the auction their percent. I'm sure, like however it works, right?
Yeah.
Where if they just go to the wrecking yard, they know what they're going to kind of get for the car, and it's just more profitable for them to go that way, right? Because the charity, I mean, let's be real. I know a lot of people, like, it's funny. They think like, you know, cars for kids. I'm like, yeah, but your car's not going to go to an 8-year-old. Like, you know, it's
the money's going to go.
The money is what goes to the charity, not the car. The car is going to go to whoever the charity is dealing with, whether it be a wrecking yard, scrap yard, the auction. The good cars go to the auctions. That's how it is, right? So if I go get a car and I'm like, no, this is not scrap, I'll let them know. No, this is not scrap. But like that old Accord you're talking about, beautiful car and everything, I get it, but like
it's gone.
They weren't going to change their mind.
It's already
too old.
It's already.
What's it going to bring at the auction?
It's already a can.
Yeah. It's that car is having an espresso with Jesus a long time ago. The same day probably. Yeah.
So you don't only tow cars though. Like I've known you to tow some other things.
Yeah, well, with a flatbed, that's the good thing about a flatbed too. I would never go back to driving a regular tow truck. That's for sure, ever. The flatbed, you could just tow whatever you want. With cargo, freight, machinery, right?
What's the strangest thing you've been asked to tow other than a car?
I think, you know, what comes to my mind would probably be this mini army tank. It was they told me what it was for.
Okay.
It was like white in color. It looked like an army tank, but it was very small, like a one man machine, right? It was very small. I think I got on my flatbed, so it couldn't have been that big. They told me it was used in the wars, but it was used to get them like the freaking cliffs and stuff, like tight spots.
Okay.
Crazy. I can't remember the full story what it was for, but that's what it was about. It was used in wars for something like that, for getting into like tight spots, I guess climbing up like the cliffs, really small areas. It was cool. Yeah. That would probably be the most oddest
That went to a
thing.
museum or went to...
I don't remember where I taught it, but it was decades ago, a long time ago. And besides that, you know, like I done, one time I was delivering something, I don't know if it was a motor or something, to a big ship, right? I have this one brokerage company that I deal with. They give me stuff that always goes to the ships. So the harbors, I'll go to either Hamilton or Toronto, Mississauga, wherever the big ships, you know, come. And I offload there. So I remember one time I delivered them. I think it was a motor or something for the boat. It was massive.
Okay.
And then they had the old one. They're like, well, do you want the old one? And it was metal. I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I'll take
So
that.
yeah, I put it on my truck. I took it to the scrap. I think I got like $1,200 or something for
Wow.
it. Bonus, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Plus, I charge for the call.
Yeah.
Right? And those type of calls, you're billing by the hour because it's time consuming. You're talking about going to a ship, and then the ship has to get their cranes, come down, a bunch of guys coming down, strap everything, lift up. And if you have a bunch of crates and stuff, like it takes time, right? So you can't do hookup and kilometer calls like that. You got to do. That's why when it comes to like cargo, freight, weird stuff like that, you usually want to charge by the hour because it's time consuming, right? Otherwise than that, yeah, I stay away from the hourly rates. I'm usually more just hook up and kilometer. And I price it accordingly, right? I tell them if I get stuck in traffic, that it's on me.
Right.
And I do it like that. Yeah, I'm okay. Like I said, I'm not trying to like get rich off of every call. I like everybody to be happy, me and the customer.
Right.
No, I don't think I've ever left a bad taste in a customer's mouth.
No.
Because I tell them, listen, this is what I'm going to charge you, and call around. I advise you to call a few people. And a lot of people will just be like, no, you know what? I've already called a few people, and you seem the nicest. You seem very honest and blah, blah, blah. I go, I am. I go, you think I'm going to try and rip you off so you can leave me a bad review or, I ruin my reputation? I'm not like that. I'm not like that. I cannot take advantage of people. You know what I'm saying? I just charge proper.
You're not the average tow truck driver.
No.
Even the way you handle customers'
Yeah.
cars. Like, what do you do differently than other tow truck
Well,
drivers?
okay, one thing I could tell you right now is I will not touch a customer's door handle with my glove on. I take it off. I always take my glove off to touch their car. Unless it's scrap cars, I keep it on. Well, who cares, right? But we're talking about normal tows now.
Yeah.
Not charity cars that go in a scrapyard, because those cars I can smash them.
Cars
It
that
doesn't
are coming to like urban
normal
automotive.
car, yeah, cars you see, right? So
That's
remember,
where I'm getting at.
Yeah,
I'm going down this path.
yeah. So it's, I will not touch the car dirty, and I'm always clean. I'm cleaner than the customers half the time. So you saw I always had my floor mats, the Towfather floor mats that I would put in the car, right? And then the air fresheners I would include, whatever. And then and for the listeners, obviously, I discovered the 5-piece car kit from you. Remember when I saw you? I was like, oh my god, I want this. This is amazing. This guy's outdoing me,
Yeah, well.
right? So So then you hooked me up with the what's the name on again?
Worth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I ordered the kits from them.
And that protects the steering
Yeah.
wheel, the shifter, the door handle, the seat,
floor
the floor mat.
So now what I do is I'll use my Towfather floor mat on the driver's side, and I'll put the one that comes with the kit on the passenger side.
Oh, great.
Now, why not? I just
why
get
not?
rid of
Sure.
it. What am I going to do with
Sure.
it, right?
Yeah.
So the steering wheel.
But there's no dirt. There's never a complaint
No.
of
And
the,
you're like
the greasy, dirty tow truck driver got my Audi dirty.
But even the greasy, dirty mechanic shop, like I don't see the mechanic shops doing what you do. Most of them don't, and that's why like I've taken my cars and I get it back and I have grease. My old Jag had like the light beige interior, right? Almost like eggshell.
Yeah.
I remember getting back with the freaking grease all over my cup. I'm like, what the? I was so mad. I'm like, can I even clean this?
Yeah.
So and so when I seen what you were doing, I'm like, that's the reason why you're always nominated top 1, 2, 3 in Oakville, right? You deserve it. You should just be number 1, to be honest with you.
Yeah,
but
I appreciate that.
Top 3 is this a lot of shops? I don't know. I mean, I guess you'll take it, right? Being top 3 is still like being number 1.
Listen, there's a lot of good shops out there. There's
Yeah.
a lot of shops in our area, and we can't all be the same, but you do have to do things differently, and you definitely do things differently from the perspective of treating the customers right.
Yeah, and I do it from the heart. It's authentic. It's not staged because I'm very anal. Like, it makes me feel good to cover the customer's car. And I always tell them, I go, I'm not doing this because of me. I'm doing this because your car's going to a mechanic shop and they're the ones who are going to be dirty with your car. It was not me. You can see me. I'm clean, right?
Yeah.
I put on my work jacket to hook up the car. But when I'm done, I take it off. I fold it inside out. I hang it back in my truck.
And I've ridden in your truck.
Yeah.
It's like the cleanest.
My roof
truck
liner's
ever.
like brand new. There's not a
I've
speck
seen
of
you. I've seen you get pulled over for inspection from your video from MTO, and the MTO
How many
drivers
times now?
saying this is the cleanest truck I've ever seen.
Yeah, and I have videos to prove it.
Like,
right?
honestly,
Yeah. Zip tying my straps. Nobody does that.
nobody.
I see everybody trying to be creative, tying knots and wrapping it around. You see them. I always say like this guy's looking for the guy's looking for Tarzan with the straps flapping in the wind. Like, what are you
yeah,
doing?
yeah,
know?
Yeah.
It's like
Unsafe
zip
load.
ties cost nothing.
Yeah.
I'll pay $10 for like 100 zip ties.
Yeah. And then it's
If you're
nice
using
and clean.
zip ties, you're making money right off the bat.
Yeah.
So why are you going to be so cheap? Fold your strap nice and neat. Zip tie. It looks beautiful. The cops drive by, they're drooling. They're like, look at this guy. You know, like they already know, okay, this guy is trying to be proper.
Legit.
Yeah. Clean. It looks great, you know? And even the way I put my straps away on my deck when I'm driving, I made the video on that, right? I explained to people, but yet I still see everybody driving around all sloppy with their straps just like folded up and tucked in, and it just looks butchery.
So the Towfather brand.
Yeah.
Where did we come up with the name the Towfather?
Well, when I was doing Rappy Tow, right, and now I'm in the office. I'm not driving the tow truck at this point. So it was about 2 years that I wasn't driving the tow truck, which was like the longest 2 years of my life because I love driving my tow truck. Right, I'm a tow truck driver. That's what I consider myself. I'm not an office guy. So, anyways, dealing with tow companies all across the U.S. Right, from Miami to L.A. to New York to Washington, like right, the whole U.S. right, and Canada now too. So I started getting a little bit cocky. I was going, you know, whatever, like, you know, I'm dealing with all these tow companies and stuff. My head's starting to get a little bit big. So, anyways, and then you know, you see other people mimicking like the dog father, the cod father, and this and that. And I'm like, and then one day I was like the tow father. And then and then, you know, like I'm seeing myself dispatching calls in New York and I'm in Brooklyn and LA and Compton and stuff. So I'd start taking screenshots of our pins because Rappy Tow was like Uber, right? But for tow trucks, we were the first ones to come out with that.
Yeah.
Right? It was my brother-in-law, my partner. It was his idea. He came out with it.
Smart.
And then when he approached me about it, he told me about the idea. He's like, do you want to go partners? And I'm like, what, you can do that? He's like, yeah. I go, let's do it. And then we did it. And it was exciting, man. It was exciting. But it was tough because, like I said, it was new. Yeah. There was a lot of kinks that had to be worked out with, and it was hard. And we didn't have the funds to like go nuts and build this app properly, like just like that. It would take so much money, right? You would have to have funding to do that.
There was no AI back then.
No AI, but like, well, AI, I don't know if AI would help with building the app, right? So, you know, we had a small crew and it just took very long. And so by the time we were getting there, it's like other people started to catch on board now because now we're in the news.
Yeah.
Watch out CAA as this new roadside assistant app comes and blah, 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 blah. It was on the Toronto Star Net. Like we got the PR to prove it, right? Yeah. So, and then, you know, things from there. Like at the end of the day, Rappy Tow, it was very fun. It was exciting, very exciting. You know, like I said, I would get excited just to go to the office to be with my brother-in-law and listen to him talk because he's a very smart guy. And just hearing the numbers, like what could be, you know, if we do this and, you know, you just make $2 off each call, but we do this many calls and, you know, we can make this much thousands or millions. I'm like, holy shit, I'm getting all excited. Like, you know, but it was hard because, like I said, we're the small guy, the new guy,
right?
But the coolest guy, right? We're doing something different. But at the same time, you know, how are you going to compete with the big motor clubs that are already established for decades, you know, and they got all this money already flowing through their system, and we don't. We're trying to do it on our small wallets, you know. So, but anyway, at the end of the day, I wouldn't say it wasn't worth it. It was definitely worth it. Learned a lot, and it was fun, you know. My brother-in-law he's still involved in with our partners that we sold out to in the U.S. He's still working with them, so he's still in it. It's not like he bailed out of it, and they need him because he's very smart. I think like without him, they have no hope in hell with keeping up with the modern day society. No, because my brother-in-law is just super smart guy. He's very smart. Like I said, I used to just get excited to go to the office to listen to him talk, right? Because he's very smart. And that's it. So he's doing that. And when we were selling, as I was saying, I'm like, I'd rather just get a truck and go back into the field, and that's what we did, right? And
you're a people person.
I gotta be behind the wheel of a truck because when I wasn't, and I was doing my charity, the Cars for Kids, all over the U.S. and everything for them, every day complaints. Ever since I got back into a truck now, 6 years I've been doing that myself. Not one complaint. Not one. In 6 years, I've done thousands of cars for these guys. Thousands. Not one complaint. My Google is all 5 stars, right? Okay, I don't.
So as a tow operator, you're dealing with skill, guts, but personality.
All of it, yeah.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say that you need just one of those. You need it. You need it all. If you want to be top, right? You need it all. You can be skilled, but not a people person. And then people are not going to want to deal with you because you're ignorant, arrogant, and you're going to leave a bad taste in their mouth, right? So yeah, for me, I'm a people person. I'm very nice. I'm genuine. It's not fake. You can't really fake it. You can tell when someone's being fake, right?
Yeah,
so. I got, I bring the skill because I've learned, like I said, decades of hauling junk cars. I've got to practice, learn a lot, how to put your hooks, where to put your hooks. Don't do this, don't do that. You bend this, you'll bend that. Be careful, all that stuff. And I've had bloopers, but again, lucky it's never been a blooper where it's really costed me money. If it's a junk car, you're like,
yeah,
okay,
lucky it was on this one.
I've had cars come loose.
Not on the X5.
You try and cheat and you try and put, like, let's say your T-hooks, not your Jags, but you try and put your T-hooks on a T-hook hole, and the fucking the car was rotted, and you didn't realize how soft it was, and then the chain just rips off, and the car starts rolling down the bed, and you got to run after and catch it. And
whoa,
that's another thing, though. I'm always ready to run when I'm winching cars up. I'm always ready to run, and I always winch it slow, crawling, because if you're winching it faster and it breaks free, it's just going to be a faster rock down the hill. So if I go slow and I'm ready to run, I can always catch the car.
Is towing a young man's game?
If
you touched on it that you're 50.
Yeah. But
You're going to do this till you're 65?
I'll do it as long as I can do it. Like, I do not want to stop towing cars. That's all
long,
I know how to do.
How long did Dad do it for?
Not long, because as soon as he didn't do it long, because my dad was more into the car lots. He had the tow truck basically just to go buy the scrap cars and then try and sell the ones that he could sell and scrap the ones, So we're going back to early 90s. It was like $40 a ton for scrap.
Right.
And you know what's crazy? So where we started, the scrapyards that we started at, is the scrapyard that I'm going to now, which is crazy. I didn't go to them for decades, but then when I got back and went to charity and stuff, it's going right back to where I started, which is so amazing. I get to see these guys like after all these years,
Cool.
Yeah, same yards. It's crazy.
Little Joe's
yeah, but not Little Joe anymore. That's it. I'm still Little Joe, just old Little Joe now.
So what's the strangest thing? Because I'm sure with all these cars that are being donated, that you work for the charity, there must be stuff inside the cars because people leave them.
Yeah,
what's the strangest thing that you've ever found inside a customer's vehicle?
Probably was a 20-inch spike dildo. No, I'm just kidding. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. With spikes on it. It was the mean, nasty one, the one when you're not talking to your husband, the one you pull out. Fuck you, Harold. I'll take care of myself. No, but I get a lot of stuff that I get, let's say umbrellas, for example. I'll get umbrellas. I keep them in my truck. Snow brushes. I give the stuff out to people.
Sure.
The umbrellas, I keep them in my truck. So when it's raining outside.
So no money, no cases of money. I'm thinking
people leave money change, but a lot of times if it's change, you know what I do to change? I'm being serious. I'm not trying to stage this for the interview.
Yeah.
The change, I'll keep the change so I can give it to the panhandlers.
Okay.
But I'm selective on which ones I give it to. You got to look like a real homeless person, not
the new Nike shoes.
No, not the ones that got nicer clothes than me. I ask them if I'm not stupid.
Yeah.
So you ain't getting no money from me. I'm not even going to look at you. But yeah, I know the ones that look rough. Those are the ones that'll get the change. I'll give them the change. I'll have a Ziploc bag and just fucking give them the whole bag. Here you go, buddy. You know what I mean? The umbrellas, like I said, when it's raining, I'll give it to people. I'll just at the red light, or I'll pull over even. So, hey, you want to? And some people are like, no, it's okay, I'm okay, because they're scared.
They're expecting.
And then I feel bad. I'm like, I probably spooked the guy because of all this stuff going on. People that say, don't touch anything. It could have drugs on it that are going to make you drowsy, and all this stuff go for kidnapping and trafficking and all that stuff. It's crazy. I know we live in a sad world today. It's very scary. And I have my beautiful daughter that's 20 now. I'm always worried about her. Even my ex-wife. She recently almost got kidnapped right out front of her condo.
What?
Yes, but it was after midnight. So she was walking back from one condo to her condo, Lakeshore and Parkland. There's all the condos there, right? So she was at one condo, maybe 3 buildings over or whatever, and she's walking back. And these guys, they see her walking, and they're like, hey, mama, you okay? Or something like that, she said, right? And she just ignored them, and then she kept walking, and she starts going down some stairs.
Scary.
Getting towards, she was literally right in front of her condo almost. The car pulls in, blocks her. These guys get out, and they start roughing her up and beating her and stuff.
What?
Yeah, she had cuts all over, and it was so scary to think that my baby mama could have been kidnapped and we would have never seen her again. If you get caught
Yeah.
and dragged in the car, no one's going to find you ever again. You're done. I don't know what happens from there, but you never hear people being found, right? They get you, you're drugged up, and then it's like you never return to earth again. So it was a close call. She fought them off.
Thank God.
Thank God she's a tough woman. Like she's not like she can she's got some strength and she could yell loud. I know about that. You know what I'm saying?
So if your life was a movie, what actor would play the role of the Towfather?
Robert De Niro.
Yeah?
Yeah, for sure, Robert De Niro.
Nice.
I think Robert De Niro would do good.
Nice. I think that's probably a good one too.
Yeah, I'd say Robert De Niro. That's my boy.
Nice.
Yeah, he would. A lot of times I see him in a lot of these movies. I'm like, that's exactly how I would be. You remember that movie when he was doing the car salesman thing? He's like, okay, you looked at the car. You asked me a bunch of questions. You're going to buy the car or not?
Yeah. For sure.
He's hilarious. Robert De Niro's the best.
Nice.
Yeah, I'd say Robert De Niro.
So what's the best safety advice you could give drivers today?
Well, one, pay attention when you're driving. But I'm not going to tell them how to drive because it's kind of in their hands. I mean, you either know how to drive or you don't, right? But if you break down, stay in your car. That's it. Stay in your car.
Good advice.
Stay in your car. Put your hazards on. Don't worry about the battery dying because your car's dead anyway. So just put them on and hopefully you get a truck soon enough. And stay in your car. That's it. Do not wander around your car. I don't know why people do that. They get around. I'm like, do these people not realize how dangerous it is? You're not even safe by sitting in your car, but you're safer, right? Because let's be real. If you get smoked by a truck.
Four ways on.
Yeah. And just stay in your car. And another thing, like if you can, depending on where you are, like let's say you break down and you got to pull over to the right side, I'd go sit in your passenger seat. Stay in your passenger seat. Just stay as far away from the driver's side because if the hit happens, it's probably going to be on the driver's side unless they hit you right from behind and that car clearly wasn't paying attention.
And if you can get the car off the highway with a flat, you should get it off the highway.
If you get a flat, just pull over and crawl.
Yeah,
go really slow.
The tire's going to be wrecked anyway, chances are.
You go slow, there's a better chance that it's not going to come off the rim, right, Mike?
Right.
But if you go fast with a flat tire, then the tire's just going to peel off. You might get stuck in a live lane because then your tire's going to start spinning because the car can't turn anymore, right? So, and plus, you're going to cause more damage to your car. It starts hitting your fender and everything else. So at the very least, you pull over, get as close as you can to the guardrail or the side or whatever it is you can, and stay in your car. Just call your whoever. If you got roadside assistance, call them. If you don't, call the police. Say I'm on the side of I'm scared. Can you please send me someone quick? And most likely the cops, if it's a tow zone, they're going to send a tow truck. If not, and maybe even if you think you're in a dangerous spot, request for a crash truck too. If maybe the crash truck can get there before the tow truck, who knows, right? Okay. You never know. You never know how long it's going to take for a tow truck to get there. Even motor clubs, if they're very busy, they'll say just hire any tow truck and we'll reimburse you, right?
Right.
Because sometimes they're too busy and they can't keep you waiting around. They'll always ask you, are you in a dangerous spot? Are you home? Are you on the road? If you're home, you're not priority.
Right.
You're going to wait.
Right.
So, and basically...
Which is understandably so. I mean,
it's proper. And if it's bad weather, good luck getting your motor club to come tow you. Good luck with that. So it's always good to have tow guys' numbers in your phone for backup. Plan B. Because what are you going to do at that time when you're broken down, let's say, and CAA or whoever your motor club is says, it's about a 6-hour wait, just call somebody else. Now you got to start from scratch. Yeah. Better just have a guy that you can call. That's why I always tell people, keep my number, even though 99% chances I'm probably not going to be the guy coming to get you, I'll get you someone. Right. And I'll make sure that you're not going to get ripped off.
Right.
And that's another thing with the Towfather. When I set up the website and everything, that was the plan for it, was I'm going to protect the consumers from getting ripped off, because I know what you should be charged, right? And I know that if the weather's really bad outside, you are going to pay more. What do you want me to say? It's like calling a roofer after we had a hurricane, You're going to pay more. They're busy. It's just the way it is, right?
Right.
Yeah, so it's common sense,
So where can listeners find you, follow you, or hire the Towfather?
Well, if you want to call me, hire me, just go on Google, the Towfather. I'm there. You'll find me there. I come right up. I'm the only Towfather out there. And social media, if you want to follow, just to hear me swear a lot, you can go Facebook.
You did really well, by the way, Joe. You did really well. I don't have to do too much editing. I'm going to throw up
after. I might need to use the bathroom. This has been hard, buddy. So, Facebook, it's Joe Borg, B-O-R-G.
B-O-R-G.
Yeah, and Instagram, it's Joe Borg 1976. And TikTok, I believe it's just Joe Borg. Yeah, I think it's just Joe Borg on TikTok as well. Yeah, cool. That's it. But at the end of the day, you just go on Google, or you can just go on my website, thetowfather.com, and you can access my Instagram from there.
Perfect.
Simple, yeah. That's
and
all.
they got your phone number?
Yeah, 416-993-CASH. You can't miss that one.
Are you serious?
Yeah. 416-993-CASH.
993-CASH.
Yeah.
I love it.
That's what, you know how long I've had that number for? And I got that number because that's when I was buying scrap cars and it was paying cash. So it was 993-CASH.
Okay.
Yeah. It sounded good when we were advertising.
Yeah.
So back in the day, again, too, we used to advertise in the newspapers, right? The Toronto Sun or the Toronto Star.
Yeah.
And that's how it is. So 993-CASH, and people see cash, you know, and they want to call
they
you.
Want cash.
It was so nice back then, Mike, because it was literally only me and my dad's best friend that were doing it. Back then, it was two of us, really. And then anybody else, we were the ones getting all the cars. But now, oh my God.
Everybody in the
Oh my God. I don't even want to know him. Yeah.
And
it's horrible now. Like you call, it's like you can barely understand half of these guys broken English, you know, it's not the same. Nothing's the same anymore. That's another thing too. What these people got to understand though too. When you're calling CAA or these motor clubs, the odds are you're getting a very unexperienced tow truck operator. There's a lot of, like I said, a lot of them experienced, but there's a lot of like ones that don't really know much.
They got to learn somewhere.
Exactly, but they're going to learn on your car.
Yeah.
And you're not going to know until the car is dropped, and maybe who knows if they bent some little control arm bushing or hooking it up from the wrong part.
We've had more than one.
Yeah. You know. That's another thing too. So just some of the things that I do when I'm hooking up the cars is I have the foam that I put on top of my winch cable if the winch is going to touch the bottom of your bumper because we don't scratch it, right? Because a metal cable touching your painted bumper, it's going to scratch it. The customer's not going to see it, right? And the tow truck guy's not going to say nothing, right?
Their mechanic will see it though.
Mechanical seat, when it's in the air, or the plastic underneath, you know, they put the things cracking the plastic. All this stuff. There's so much that can go wrong just from hooking up your car with a tow truck.
Joe, there's a reason that we refer you and refer all our customers to you because you do take care and you do good for us here at Urban.
Yeah.
And I want to thank you for your time.
Thank you, buddy.
For taking time out of your busy day.
It was a pleasure, buddy, being on the air with you.
I truly appreciate you.
Come on, buddy.
Okay, and for keeping it PG. As good as you did.
It's a good idea, exactly. And for the listeners, I mean, like I'm not faking it. Like you are a top shop, man. You're a top shop. How many mechanic shops? You know, you can ask them. Has a mechanic shop ever put a 5-piece kit in your car, like to service it? You did it for my car too. Yeah. Like, I know the seat cover, the floor mat, the steering wheel, everything. And it's like when I get my car, I'm like, oh, thank you, God. You know, I don't have to, because grease it's almost like a tattoo. It's pretty much there for life, you know? Yeah. You get grease on the carpet, or even you get grease on the steering wheel, like that stuff is in there. You're not getting grease off. That's a stain, right? It's almost like getting sauce on your white shirt. It's there for life. So, yeah. So
Joe,
anyways,
thanks very much. All the best to you.
Thanks, buddy.
And the Towfather and the Cash for Kids.
Cars for Kids.
Cars for Kids. Mr. Cash.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. That's it.
Awesome. Thanks for watching, everybody, and for tuning in. And please, if you like this, hit like and subscribe. And, of course, you can also listen to this on Spotify. We appreciate your patronage to our channel. Urban Automotive, safety first.
To Tim Hortons and Ice Caps.